Hey plant friends, your planty auntie here, and today's video is a confession, not a tutorial. I've been sitting on this one for a while because it's embarrassing. I have a whole reputation built on saying don't reach for systemic pesticides at the first sign of insects, and I recently used them on multiple plants, and I still lost some anyway. So grab a cup of tea and get comfy. This is the sad, kind of gross, weirdly educational tale of the thrips infestation that took down my whole hanging plant collection. Stick around because there's a real lesson in here about when the rules you preach have exceptions. Quick refresher for anyone not familiar, systemic insecticides get absorbed into the plant's vascular system. So the whole plant, leaves, stems, and eventually nectar and pollen becomes toxic to anything that feeds on it. That's great news if you're trying to kill an aphid. It's bad news if you're a bee or really any pollinator that visits a flower on a treated plant. Or for that matter, any toddler or pet that likes to chew on plants. The stuff doesn't just wash off. It lingers in the soil and inside the plant for weeks, sometimes even months. So my general stance has always been try everything else first. Isolation, alcohol wipes, insecticidal soap, neem, beneficial insects, and patience. Systemic insecticide is the last resort, not the first move, and you should never use it outdoors. I still believe that, but last resort means it's still a resort, and this year I needed it. It started with my philodendron Florida ghost. One day it started producing extrafloral nectar. These little sugary droplets from glands outside the flower, not connected to pollination at all. I even made a video about it. And in that video, I pointed out that plants make extrafloral nectar for lots of reasons. It's not always a distress signal. Sometimes it's an invitation, a way of attracting predatory insects like ants that'll defend the plant from herbivores in exchange for a sugar reward. So I chalked it up to a normal quirk and moved on with my life. In hindsight, it absolutely was a cry for help. This may have been the plant's first attempt to call in reinforcements against something already going on. I just hadn't put it together yet. The real red flag came when my philodendron micans started looking rough. I finally got in there with a loupe and yep, thrips, badly infested, not a small problem. By the time I confirmed it, they'd already moved on. My snow queen pothos was next, then the syndapsis, then the marble queen pothos, and then it looped back around to the Florida ghost. Same plant that had been quietly signaling for help, and from there, it jumped to my ficus lyrata. Thrips move fast between plants that are close together, and mine were all clustered as hanging plants and neighbors on the same shelf. That proximity turned one infested plant into 6. By the time I started treating the Florida ghost with systemic, it was too late for it, and I lost every one of my hanging plants along with the ficus lyrata. That really hurt. Years of long-term growth gone in a couple of weeks. The one bright spot, I still have a cutting of the Florida ghost that hasn't been affected. It's rooting now, and I'll be repotting it soon. So the line isn't completely gone, just diminished. Then my xanthosoma started looking sad. Checked it, thrips again, At this point, I wasn't even surprised, just tired, so tired. But then I found them on my Aglaonema pictum tricolor. And listen, this plant was not cheap, and my heart genuinely sank a little. This is the one where I was not taking chances. I isolated it immediately and treated it with systemic right away, no hesitation this time. Same with the Xanthosoma. And here's the part that actually made me laugh. The Aglaonema happened to be blooming at the time, and those blooms ended up doing me a favor. Any thrips that were still hanging on got drawn to the flowers, and in less than a week they were dead, likely from the systemic that had made its way into the nectar itself. So the flower that would normally be my biggest pollinator safety concern actually became the thing that mopped up the last of the infestation. Both the Aglaonema and the Xanthosoma are on the mend. I didn't lose either one. And they're both putting out new leaves. But I just noticed my oxalis looking droopy a few days after I watered it. Yep, thrips. It's been treated, so cross your fingers for me. Hopefully those tiny corms survive. So here's where I land on this. After losing a ficus lyrata and an entire hanging plant collection to bugs the size of an 8-point comma, I still think systemic insecticide should be a last resort. The pollinator risk is real, and for most infestations, you have better, less toxic options if you catch them early enough. But most infestations is the key phrase. Some thrips populations get so established so fast, and that soap and neem and isolation just won't keep up. If I'd waited any longer on the Aglaonema, I think I would have lost it too. Sometimes the responsible choice is the systemic, not because it's harmless, but because the alternative is losing the plant entirely. And the other thing I want to say, mostly to myself, knowing a lot about plants does not make you immune to plant problems. I run a whole channel about this stuff, and thrips still snuck past me because I misread one early sign as normal instead of a warning. Every plant person gets caught off guard eventually. The right move isn't to feel bad about it. It's to catch it sooner next time. If you take one thing from this, check your plants more closely when you see something weird, even something small like a stray drop of nectar. It's probably nothing, but occasionally it's not. If this helped, or if you've got your own I broke my own rule and it worked out story, I want to hear it in the comments. Hit subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
If your plants look sad and you've lost all hope, tried everything, you're at the end of your rope. Should you throw 'em out into the street? Nope, just ask Planty Jen. If you wanna be a planty acolyte, learn the tips and tricks to keep 'em growing right. Water, fertilizer, and the right amount of light, just ask Planty Jen.